Shalom from Jerusalem. Over the last few days, we've been receiving many calls and messages from people abroad with some disturbing information about this vaccine campaign that's been running in Israel, and we just want to, from our side, give our perspective as we live here day to day in our lives, how we see the situation.
We decided to make this video not to try and convince you of anything or to put our beliefs on you, but purely to share with you what we experience from our day-to-day lives as we walk in the streets, as we live, as we take our children to school, just a reality of what it is to live currently in Israel.
And while it's true that Israel is really actively vaccinating its citizens and that they've even implemented reward systems for those who have been vaccinated, the information that we've been getting isn't exactly accurate to what we've been experiencing on the street.
As from Sunday, the 7th of March, most of Israel have started opening again. Restaurants has opened up, so we can finally get our date night. And the streets are lively. You can see around us, people are more outside. The vibe in the streets are a little bit more lively and excited, and yes, it feels like the country is starting to return to a state of normalcy.
So, as Chanelle said, restaurants are open, and it's possible for anyone to go to a restaurant, not just vaccinated people, but people who have this green pass, have received both vaccines. They sit inside, while unvaccinated people have to make use of the outdoor seating of the restaurant. It's not like they're sitting on the street and eating, they've got a table. It's a normal restaurant experience. Going to school, it's possible the children don't need to be vaccinated to go to school. This is what we've heard, that children need to be vaccinated. Also supermarkets, they're open. Anyone can go to a supermarket, a pharmacy. All essential services are open for all to enjoy. Even the malls are open for everyone. It's literally just leisure and cultural facilities that have been close to the point where you need to have the green pass to have the full experience.
We also haven't seen or felt that vaccinated people are discriminating against unvaccinated people. There's not a hostile atmosphere in the country or in the places where we are dwelling and walking every day. It's not a difficult time. It doesn't feel like tribulation.
No one's going to refugee camps and stuff like that. This is also what we've heard. So yeah, the city is alive. People are walking around. Everyone still needs to wear face masks, keep social distancing. Not just vaccinated people, it's across the board. But life starts to feel like it's going back to normal. Also, people are able to return to work. It's not just limited to people who have the vaccine that can go to work. Yes, if you work within one of the Green Pass zones, you need to have it to enter the facility, just as anyone else who wants to enjoy the facilities. But if your company is office work or something where you don't need those requirements, you can return to work. Some businesses, yes, they are forcing their employees to be vaccinated to return to work, but they give the option. If you do not do it, you can come to work if you do a test and it's a negative result. You have to do this every few days. So it's also possible for people who are unvaccinated to return to work. This all being said, there's something that we read in Matthew that I want to ask Chanelle to read to you guys as well. And this really struck us.
So we'll be reading from Matthew 24, from verse 3. Now as he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately saying, "Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age? And Yeshua answered and said to them, Take heed that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and will deceive many. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass but the end is not yet. For nations will rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdoms, and there will be famines, pestilence, earthquakes in various places. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake.
Yeshua tells the people, they will deliver you up to tribulation, and you'll be hated and killed for his name's sake. And when you read that, you can just think of the disciples. Some of them were imprisoned, some were stoned for righteousness' sake, for Yeshua's sake. They endured much more suffering than an idle visit to a restaurant or a movie theater. And if we keep our focus on these things, we miss the real point, and that is to keep our eyes on our author and finisher of our faith, Yeshua.
It's like Jacques says, the most important question is, what is your focus? Where is your heart? What are you keeping your mind and your heart busy with? Because although the Word of God is so filled with prophecies about the end times and about many things, I believe that the reason the Father wrote these things down is not for us to walk in fear or for us to wander around seeking out what is the enemy doing next, where is the mark of the beast, keeping us busy with that. I believe that the Father wrote these things down so that we can know Him. We can have a deeper relationship with Him. We can fill our minds and our hearts and our being with who He is, what He is, and what He can do, and how He can deliver us. And that we won't cause these things and the things that we hear to draw out the fun of living. Because He has given us this life to live, to have fun, to enjoy, to make the most of. And we seem to be taking all these things and the prophecies, and we walk in fear, and we listen to these rumors, and we allow them to order our lives, and we allow them to dictate who we are and what we should do, instead of keeping our focus on God, who is the finisher of our faith, who is the one that should order our steps. He's the guideline. He's our truth.
Yeah, and while it's not wrong to read the newspaper and to look at articles and to get information from all different sources, if we are and to look at the worldly matters, what's going on in the world, but if we're going to make this our guide as to how to live a life of faith, we've lost our mark. And then we need to revisit what's really important and turn our focus back to God, and to look on Him and ask Him to guide us, and that we would return to the right direction that we need to walk on.
The truth.
The truth.
That we will return to the truth. And we want to challenge you out of Jerusalem. Don't listen to rumors. Don't let them become your guideline. Don't let them become your truth. Let the Word of God and His voice be your truth, be your guide, be the way that you walk, that He will lead you, that He will guide you. And that the rumors and the visions of people, that they will not lead you into fear, but that you will have fun in your life every day, because you don't know what is for tomorrow. You don't know when it will all end. But God has created you to live, and to live life in abundance and joyfully and victoriously.
We want to bless you here from Jerusalem. Shalom.
Shalom.